Welcome inside our San Francisco studios. It's Football Weekly, the digital edition. Anthony Herron, Rick Neuheisel, Mike Yan with you. Heisman watch now, and it's
Mr. Big in town. Mr. Big.
I was going to hold your hand. Should we not do that? All right, that'll work.
There we go.
Whatever
Should we make it awkward?
Wherever.
It got a little weird, didn't it?
When you start gazing into each other's eyes, that's when I know I have to
Longingly.
set. Heisman Watch is presented by Nissan. I know the last couple of weeks here we've asked for your top 3 candidates, and because you're Coach Neuheisel, you usually give me 4. But this week you're actually sticking with 3 here. Who are these top 3 guys for you?
Well, clearly number 1 is the Hawaiian Houdini, Marcus Mariota. I don't think there's a guy in the country who has been more impressive for a longer length of time and consistently so. The guy just finds ways to help his team win, whether it be with his arm, with his legs. He's clearly my number 1 choice. I've got a tie for number 2. And remember now, it becomes about Heisman moments as you finish the month of November. Of those 2, it's Dak Prescott, the quarterback at Mississippi State, who has the grandest stage this weekend. He travels to Tuscaloosa to take on the Alabama Crimson Tide. Remember, Johnny Manziel won his Heisman on this very field just a couple of seasons ago. And the second youngster is Trayvon Boykin, the quarterback for TCU, who might have had his Heisman moment last week as he did the Heisman hip-hop into the end zone. It was a fantastic play to help propel the Horned Frogs into a top spot amongst the nation's teams.
The flip and the propel, I see exactly what you did there. What about for you?
Hip-hop, yeah. It's clever.
I do my best.
Our lists are very similar. I'd say at the top, I don't think there's any doubt number 1 right now, not only in the Pac-12, but nationwide, people talking Marcus Super Mariota. For me, number 2, I actually went with Amari Cooper, the receiver from Alabama. I think he's an outstanding
hanging out with Curtis
talent.
Conway a lot over the weekend. So.
Well,
and he's got the same stage that Dak Prescott shares.
He really does. He does. And when you look at their offense, I think at the quarterback position, they haven't passed the ball consistently at the level that you would want to see them pass the ball at if you're going to have this quarterback-driven award. I think the wide receiver position, Amari Cooper,
you see him say that quarterback with a little disdain.
You know, it's turned into
with
that award week in, week out, season in, season out. People are talking quarterbacks for the Heisman.
You want to change the trophy to a guy like this rather than a guy like this.
Maybe a guy like this if it's Cooper.
There you go.
At number 3, I agree. Trayvon Boykin has been an outstanding player for TCU throughout this season. We know the story, former wide receiver, former running back. And I actually had Dak Prescott just slightly ahead of Boykin until this past week. That Heisman moment that you're talking about, Coach, I couldn't agree more with the performance that he had. And still some big games remaining for the Big 12 to try to, finish up their championship run.
Guys, outside of the players that you just mentioned, now Mariota is the common denominator as it pertains to the Pac-12 for you guys. Not necessarily a guy that is going to win the Heisman, but you think has had a significant impact in this conference besides Marcus. Who would it be?
I'm going to go with Devontae Booker, the running back for Utah. I don't know of a player who's made more of an impact for his respective team than young Mr. Booker. He has been a phenomenal running back. This last week we saw him make some unbelievable catches out of the backfield. The guy is carrying the Utah offense on his shoulders.
For me, I would look at a guy who's underrated, kind of off the radar, Cody Kessler, who's not really in the thick of the Heisman mix this season, but for that offense, with the balance they show, he's not able to put up the passing numbers that some of these other magnificent quarterbacks around the Pac-12 put up, but the efficiency that he plays the game with and the touchdown-interception ratio, nearly off the charts if there was no Marcus Mariota within the conference right now. So Cody Kessler, I think, an MVP caliber player in a lot of other conferences, not this quarterback rich.
Now, we talked about Mariota for the Heisman. He's going to have an opportunity to play for a Pac-12 championship, and to attend that game, all you have to do is log on to pac-12.com/tickets. For Rick and Anthony, I'm Mike. Thanks so much for watching Football Weekly, the digital edition.